Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Welcome, my friends, to today's episode of Top Deck, where we are covering a top 200 Naya Tokens deck, Naya Jegantha Tokens deck to be exact. Very excited about this one. I think it's going to do well. We've certainly seen it play well in the past, and I think with some of the Strixhaven cards, one in particular that we'll cover here in a second, have certainly added a lot of value here. So with that, Planeswalkers, questions or comments, let me know down below. Feel free to go down below in the description where you'll find the Discord server as well as the deck list here and the timestamps. So we will talk about the main board strategy objective of this deck list. We'll go into the sideboard for you in best of 3 and how to board, and then we'll cover off with where this may sit in the meta, my friends, here today. But before we do that, we're certainly going to play it in best of 1 and best of 3 as well. So looking forward to that, Planeswalkers. Please feel free to flip me a like if you enjoyed today's video. Otherwise, while you're in the description, lots of great ways to support the channel as well, so thank you. All right, here's what we got going on. Top 200 Naya Tokens deck. This deck is by Ruda, so congratulations, Ruda, on a nice strong finish here with this deck. Really like it. It became very powerful towards the end of Kaldheim. Certainly never got bad, it has only gotten better, and we can certainly say that because of this key guy here, Elite Spellbinder. So Elite Spellbinder here, when this enters, we get a look at our opponent's hand. So not only do we get information, we can also exile non-land card from it. As long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it, but a spell cast this way, customer cast. So great thing to slow down late game, also to pick off cards of value in the short term as well that our opponents may be playing here. So really like the deck. For those of you that haven't seen it before, there's a lot going on here in terms of construction around draws, with the adventure mechanics still from Eldraine, very important. And then it's a token deck because you're leveraging Clarion Spirit, and certainly pumping a ton of stuff. We have Feldar Retreat in here still. We got Toski for draw. All great things here. So really a mid-rangey type deck. Also a go wide deck for that strategy like we talked about, and really looking forward to playing this. So if you have questions or comments, let me know. We're going to go ahead now and talk about the sideboard. We're going to break this down in 3 ways for you. First, aggro. Second, mid-range. Third, late game. So when we look at what we have in terms of the board, very important. I like the 2-ofs all the way across. Some of those in particular are for decks like Rogue's decks, additionally for decks that leverage Graveyard. So those in particular, Ox of Agonis, obviously Clythos as well. So just wanted to call those out. But when we get into the aggro decks, these are really decks like mono red. Boros Venado is kind of a bridge deck. Gruul Adventure is kind of a bridge deck. Also mono white aggro, Boros aggro as well. We could also call some of the Naya decks aggro-y too, in terms of adventures or what have you. So when we play against the aggro, if you're certainly going against mono red or really need to worry about creatures, you can certainly run in Red Cat Melee. The other big one that we picked up from Strixhaven here is Rip Apart. So here we can do a 3 damage to target creature or planeswalkers, additionally destroy target artifact or enchantment. This works really well against several decks or plethora of decks. The other piece here that I like to talk about is Drannith Magistrate. This is really going to help us shut down other adventure decks. So really key for us to keep an eye on in those terms. Now, what would I move out or trade up? First off, I like Giant Killer, but Giant Killer is better at kind of more of the mid-range battle game. So that's one spot. You can always hard cast this though, and stack with Clarion, so that's kind of a trade-off. Other things that you could consider, some things at the top end here, if you wanted to move things around a little bit. Then as we move into the mid-range, we talked about that Boros aggro, the adventures decks. Also, this deck as well, you may run into Sacrifice decks, Rakdos Sack, Jund Sack. We have the Witherbloom decks or Golgari decks, also the Pest in Golgari colors. And then additionally, the Tempo decks, some of the Prismari Dragon, decks as well. Here, if we aren't playing as much creatures, we'll begin to focus more on things like Elite Spellbinder for slowing down our opponents. We may think about Roiling Vortex as well, rip apart potentially if you need to target specific creatures again, or those artifacts and enchantments that could start becoming a little bit more prevalent in those non-creature decks. Again, similar style, look at Giant Killer. We could look at some of the other things at the top in here to kind of move things around and gain what we need to in the board state. Last but not least, we got control decks. These are the Temur Ultimatum decks. Temur Ultimatum, Team Returns. We also got Sultai Ultimatum. We got Dimir Control I just ran the other day. We got Dimir Snow Control. We got all sorts of things. We got the Esper Doom decks. We got 4-color Doom decks. And also I've seen some Jeskai stuff. We got the Jeskai Transmog in there as well. Big things to think about here, potentially Dranth Magistrate. Certainly Roiling Vortex is a good one. And then additionally on the top end, Ox Vagonis isn't bad to try and resettle here on some of the stuff. If they have some graveyard plays, Clythos is a good one there for you too, particularly against the Jund and some of those Rakdos mid-range decks. In particular, Elite Spellbinder really helps slow things down. Here again, looking to kind of move down Giant Killer, you might want to think about going a little bit lighter on Bone Crusher. You're not going to get as much value on the draw, but certainly something to think about and really propel. We got good draw here at the top end either way, so it's just really about where you're going to be trading up on some of that smoothing for you. So Planeswalkers, that is the aggro lineup, that is the mid-range lineup, that is the late game lineup, in particular here for our Naya Tokens deck. Again, top 200 by Ruda. If you got questions or comments, let me know. Happy to help, and feel free to hop with the Discord server. So with that, let's go ahead. We're going to go play some competitive Magic here today. Really looking forward to this one. I like the changes that have been made. Here's the top 200 Jeskai cycling. We did that yesterday. Tons of decks for you guys to check out, and gals. But today we are doing our Naya Tokens deck. All right, so we'll go ahead. We're going to play our 3 matches for today in best of 1. We got Silent Death Kitty first, and then we'll go play our best of 3. I like this, so we'll keep this one here, and then we just got to figure out how we want to play this per se. So no good real turn 2 spell here. We can sit on this, actually, is something that we can think about. We'll wait, because I do want to save this. So there's this guy. I'm going to take this thing off the board first. We'll do this. We'll save that one. I want to get to 3. There's 4. We'll see how they block here. And not good enough yet. Can certainly block if we need to, but let's pull this in. I want to see what they have. All right. So let's get rid of this guy. Well, they'll still pull it back. Luminarch they can play. Let's dump this one for now. All right, we'll go thin. Grab, which one do we want? Let's grab a green. Tap that one down. So good news here is we'll be able to continue to tap down next time. We'll see if they trade here. I would assume they would, but because that will keep Redain open for them. Where do they go? So we still will have to pay one here. On our giant killer, so just need to keep that in mind. We'll see how they block. Pay one. Kill the other. And now we can tee up to tap down. I'll be countered, actually. We should have played Love Struck. Right, we'll go white. Tap that one down. Resolve. Pay one. All right, so next turn we can tap the board down, and we'll see if we have lethal here. So we'll do both of these so we can tap down on the attack when they pop the faceless, force the kill on the Luminarch. Boom. Mono white aggro check. Awesome. Naya Jegantha Tokens locking in our first win for the day on best of one. We'll go ahead now into our second match. All right. SBB122. So this will be a good one for us here. We can tap down. We'll keep this. It's going to be interesting to say the least because we got some weird funky mana. But if we hit a land, we'll be okay. It looks like we got a rogue deck to start too. If we can get here fast though, it's going to do a lot of things. So we're going to go pull this. Grab our white. So ideally they don't have a counter. If they counter this, we're in trouble. Yeah, just too bad. So now the value is not here. So we'll auto pay it. Then depending on what they play here, hopefully we can get Toski in. There we go. Now we can drop Toski. So everything will be wonderful. Boom. Loaded the board. Our rogue friend did not like that, even though that we were helping them by drawing a lot of cards there. So they certainly didn't get what they wanted, so we'll take it. Lovely Strixhaven. On to our next best of three. Oh, I don't know what it is, my friends. Lots of rogues players been quitting on me the last few days, but I'll take it. I will take it. We go first. So this is not a good start for us. The mana's off. This we can deal with. And drop one of these. Zauber. Ideally, we hit a red. There we go. Just what we said we needed, huh? All right. What do we got? Magda deck. So we will do this. We will do this. Take Magda off for our Gruul Magda. Next turn we get Love Struck. Well, we'll play this first. We'll at least get the Edgewell trigger on it. Perfect. And we can decide what we want here. Now, I might wait on the Scalds. Ooh, there we go. Play this one. Should attack in with all these, I feel like, but we'll just do those two. We'll trade on one. It's fine. They need one more guy. There they go. Get Cleave out of there. And then let's go with this guy. We should have lethal here next turn. Or at least very close. right. Go like this. Oop, there we go. We can go like this. Oh, we need to save our 2. So we got takedown. All right, so we should be good. So now we go, good game. Boom. All right. Rocked it today. 3-0. Very, very nice. Smooth play here today for us. Ooh, nice and hot. Let's go ahead into our best of 3 match for today. Traditional standard rank. There's the Jeskai cycling one we did yesterday. Today we got the top 200 Naya token deck again by Ruda. So for those of you joining now, we did complete our best of 1. We ended up going a very, very healthy 3-0 here. We had some nice matches where we played a lovely rogues deck that gave up pretty quickly in the second one. This is a good start for us. We also played a mono white deck as well as a lovely Magda deck there at the end. All right, opponent's gonna go first. Akachan, we'll keep this. We can go green. Problem is that's also our red. There we go. We got a double green. So let's see what our opponent plays here. That's going to be a burn. Ooh, nope. All right. So we're going to take as advantage of this as we possibly can here right away. Probably going to burn the edge wall now, I think. Clicking on it a lot. There it is. Get rid of that. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to foretell that. We'll find out, I guess. Let's go dig here. Grab another green. That might get countered. There it is. So we have 4 in the pocket with the Giants. Which is just fine here. We'll go thin again. Let's go grab a white. Now we can go red next. They have enough to play Behold. Oh, 2. There you go. They need the burn on the on our guy here, which I'm gonna assume they're gonna get. Pull this guy over. And let's drop this one. And we'll go to the face. Prismari. Now, I don't think it's burned back yet. There we go. Better for me to tap them down. On the stack, let's see if we can get this. Oh shoot, ward 2. Oh, bummer. Too fast of a play on my end. That's right, lovely ward. Nothing like Strixhaven. Oh, this is painful. Painful. Oh. We might still be able to come back. Good news is we didn't see any board wipes here. We'll see if they got a cleave, huh? No. Let it go one more time here. Bummer. Would it have made a difference? No, it really wouldn't have. We were stuck on the love struck anyway, so you know, even though we misplayed on that, there wasn't much that we were going to be able to do to come back from. So it's all good. Now we know what they're running on the top end. A nice variation of Prismari Dragons here. So let's go ahead and we're going to figure out how we want to play against this. Other than their hands, we can do these. Artifact or enchantment. I like the spellbinders. I like this. I actually like the graveyard hates. We just weren't wide enough in the last one, which is too bad. Bone Crusher's not as valuable here for us. This guy's all right. He's not going to be as good. Let's go with one of those and one of those. All right, there we go. Let's try this. We'll see if we can get a little bit different momentum, slow some of their top end game down, get some more of those flyers in there. And hopefully we have not had one opportunity yet with the token generation all day, so maybe we can at least get that going here in this matchup and go from there. But we'll see what we can do, my friends. All right, Aka-chan. No counters on our end. All right, let's see how long it's going to take. There we go. All right, they're back at it. We will play first. Here we go. So the right play here is Forest into this guy. We could actually want to play the red here, but that is not going to be the right play. Double green actually isn't going to matter too much. Ideally, next turn, we play another Clarion. If they counter that, it's going to be a problem. If they don't, we're going to be in a good spot. Ah, it's too bad. That would have been huge. That would have been huge for us. Just doubling up would have truly just crushed them here. There we go. We're gonna have to go for a lot of damage here. I'm gonna guess dragon. Oh, all right. Bummer. Another counter's gonna hurt us. Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad. We could use Toski. We could use a board reset here. There we go. Counterspell here hurts real bad again. Let's go grab a white. Oh, we already have white there. We'll see if that gets it. They can kill one of my creatures, that thing will live still. That's the problem. Horrible, horrible, horrible deal. All right, Vortex. See what you can do. Here comes their big hit. On the stack. There it is. Tap 2. Oh, bummer. Good news is hopefully almost everything we hit lets us live. All right, all we got to do is if we somehow survive, which I don't think is going to happen here, because I think they're going to hit me with everything again and tap me down. We could have done enough damage. We'll have to see what we hit. Giant would be nice here. That's not going to help. Wow, totally out-controlled by a Prismari Dragon deck. Super unfortunate there. Very, very unfortunate. But we did have a nice run nonetheless today. If we would have got that second guy down and got our tokens going, we would have been in a good spot. So unfortunately, not a fortunate day for us. So in terms of best three, best of one, we did great. So let's go ahead now and talk about the deck and see where this may sit in the meta, my friends. So again, this was the top 200 Naya Tokens deck by our friend Ruda. Nice job, Ruda. Obviously, it's a strong deck in best of three. And apparently, Prismari Dragons does well against this deck, but that's okay. Makes sense. Control decks are going to do okay. That one in particular has lots of response to onboard and then obviously direct to the face. So it happens. So best of three or best of one, again, we went 3-0. Very, very strong in best of three, not as strong. So where's this sit in the meta? Personally, I think in terms of best of one today, we don't see this as one of the top played decks right now for best of one, but certainly does it do well, and it certainly does hold up decently in the meta. Probably more so in the mid tier 2, maybe stronger side of that. And then in best of three, obviously it's been a very strong deck as of recently as well. And has found a nice spot in the meta in the past. It's been a little bit more receding. I would probably think, you know, it's probably decent in the tier 2 slot as well. Not as strong as what it used to be, but certainly still very, very strong nonetheless. And again, top 200 deck. And we've certainly seen, if you guys watch the weekly meta stuff, some decent upticks with this deck as well over the last couple weeks. And then obviously with the Strixhaven standard as well. So Planeswalkers, that's where we think this is today. If you got questions or comments, let me know. Flip me a like if you enjoyed today's video. Great way to support the channel down below in the description. Also feel free to hop into the Discord server. Would love to see you guys. Lots of friendly faces in there and all sorts of things going on. So Planeswalkers, stay safe, stay tuned. We got a lot of top decks coming your way, tier lists, a lot more historic as well if you enjoy that for this month. And then additionally the weekly meta stuff. So take care. We'll see you again. Mythras out. Until next time, my friends. Au revoir.